time to take care of the retirement. So I had 5 stents fitted 5 years ago, and last year I started having some issues. Anyway, to cut a long story short, the stents are still fine, but I've got COPD at stage 2. So it's really just pushed the retirement age at 55 rather than 67. So bearing that in mind, it's a little bit early for me to retire as far as financial funds are concerned. Obviously, all my pensions, my private pensions that I have, are set to when I'm 65 and 67. So obviously, retiring early, it's a bit of a financial loss as far as the actual income has been reduced. So the only way we can do it is if we sell up the house and move to Hungary, where obviously Anna is from. The money will go a lot further. It'll last a lot longer, and obviously you don't need as much. So obviously here, as an average outlay, £2,000 a month just to cover your costs of running your house, your bills, food shopping, cars, etc. But out in Hungary, it's a lot less. It's about £500. So it's a no-brainer, really. So that's the idea behind it, really. Obviously, last year when I was quite poorly, we decided to go and visit my mother-in-law. And whilst I was there, obviously feeling quite poorly, I was stood outside in the garden looking at the vegetable patch, and I thought to myself, I could do this. And it just hit me there and then, why would I keep on working in the condition I'm in when I can actually retire and have a more of a relaxed life, really. So I let it sink in, and obviously the next few days it became more apparent. So when I got home, I left it a little while, and then I started going through all my pension stuff and making phone calls and realising that if we sell the house and I cash my private pensions in, we have more than enough to survive over in Hungary, but nowhere near enough money to survive here. So even though it would be nice to stay here in England and move perhaps to Scotland or something, it's really not feasible. So the plan is to tidy up the house, get a little bit of painting done and making the house look presentable again, and put it in the market and selling it. Once we've done that, we can move out to Hungary, stay with my mother-in-law for a couple of weeks while we go and source a house, which is the beauty of it. We don't have to go to and fro in and buy a house before we've sold this, of nowhere to live. So the good thing is we can go and stay with a mother, or we can stay with a son, my stepson, and do it that way. So we're under no pressure. We can go and have a search around the areas and see where we'd like to go, and take it from there. So, a bit of research been done over the last few months. We've been looking at houses over there, and it's amazing what you can get for your money. I'll be brutally honest. It's crazy, really. I can get a house double the size of what I'm in with double the land, for less than £100,000. It's ridiculous, really. But good for us, because that's what we want to do. And start having your own little animals, some chickens and geese and ducks and such like. Grow your own vegetables, and cutting your food bill and making use of the land, really. Which has really been back in my mind for many years. I've always wanted to do something like this. obviously the opportunities never arose, and with obviously being married and having 3 children and all the rest of it, the funds, you need to keep your funds up and pay the bills and that. But now, obviously, there's only 2 of us. The kids have left, and it just seems the right thing to do for me and for my health. Anna wasn't so sure at the beginning. She wasn't convinced that she wanted to move back to Hungary, because obviously she moved here and she loves England and loves everything about England. But she does realise that obviously the money side of it, it won't push us to stay here, retire, and have the lifestyle that we have now by staying here. But moving in Hungary, she knows she can have the better lifestyle, which makes sense. She don't want to be cutting your money out, your money spending and stuff, and what you're used to, just to do something that you've always inspired to do. So that's the other reason for going to Hungary. Growing your own vegetables, you're growing it yourself. It's all organic. You're not using any fertilizers, or well, you can, but we wouldn't be. It's all natural, and having all the goodness that's in there. So, when you get to my stage where I have got some medical issues and you've got to look after yourself a bit better, then, growing your own food and relying on your own capability to learn and grow your own stuff, it just opens your lifestyle to a lot of change and better living, I suppose. Obviously, when you're retired, you're not going to work, so you've got all the time in the world to be able to learn, grow, and get your own stuff on the table that you've grown yourself. And obviously in the long term, you're saving a lot of money by not having to go to the supermarkets, and obviously keeping busy. Obviously, we've both got hobbies. Anna's into her art and her craft work, and I'm into my music, as you all know. So it just makes sense. I've got to think about myself and my health, and my wife's health. I mean, she's not in the best of health either. So it's our time. I think what I've had to go through in my life, I think I deserve to have my time, regardless of what anybody thinks or opinionates themselves upon it all. But this is for us, and I think the time is right. The only thing really is this COVID thing that's put us back a few months. Obviously, I've been off work, I've been furloughed, obviously because of my health and stuff. The house search, and then when we move, and then getting in the house, how life is retired at 55, and running your own little homestead. It's going to be good fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Not too apprehensive. Obviously, I don't speak Hungarian hardly, but obviously Anna does. She's obviously fluent, so that doesn't bother me at all. And no doubt I will pick up some stuff as I go. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. Well, this is it. We've sold up and we're moving on. As you can see by the beginning of this video, we have sold the house and I'm officially retired now. I'm moving to Hungary on Wednesday the 8th. That's when we fly. So that was the surprising news. Like I said, I didn't know whether I was going to have internet up to this point, but anyway, I still have. So that's good. So obviously a part of this channel, Our Life After 50, this was always going to include my retirement, my early retirement, and move to Hungary. At the beginning of this year, beginning of spring, I got the house finished, and obviously the decoration, as I said, put the house up for sale, and within 24 hours of being going with Holden's on the internet, we had 5 views on the Saturday, and everyone put a bid in for it. So by Monday,
we'd accepted an offer and sold the house. So it was less than 24 hours basically. And then it's just been waiting now just for the solicitors to do the job, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But now today I've had confirmation that the solicitors have got the right together and everything's moving forward and everything's planned. So we move out on the 6th. We're spending a couple of nights in a hotel just to finalise a few bits and bats, obviously with the bank and stuff like that. And then we fly out on Wednesday and the new life starts. We have a place and getting some land next door and just completely relax. I've had enough now. My health isn't as good as it was, so it's time to do it now and not wait till I'm 67 to retire. Hopefully catch up with it shortly.